So obviously we lost, and you mentioned everyone's acting like we got eliminated from the playoffs this week. Some Chiefs fans just think that it's the end of the world. We're 9-1. It's the end of the world. But JD, we talked about how like the one thing that you guys, it wasn't really a thing on your mind, right? Sports Illustrated at the time when you guys went 9-0 in 2003. Sports Illustrated a whole feature. I still have that the copy of Trent Green on the cover. And I said they said like perfect season or something like that. And it was a week you guys were actually playing Cincinnati when that article or that magazine came out. But you say that was more of a media hype thing than anything else. But still, though, it's still one thing that does like sit in the back of your head. I think Kelsey and Mahomes talked about it a little bit, how like it's still something that is in the back of your mind, where be it the top of your mind, it's not, but it's still in there, right? And there is a little bit of that perfection. There's a chance we can do something that's never been done before. Obviously, we have a chance to do that with a three-peat. But after the game on Sunday, Mahomes talked about it and how what he thought about the whole perfect thing. And it's kind of off his mind already, but I wanted to ask you a question about it, but I wanted to play the clip of Mahomes post-game for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, you can use it as fuel. I mean, like I said, it's a good football team, so nothing to hang your head on. I'm losing to them, but we feel like we can play better. So we'll get back to work and try to use this as a spark so that we can be a better football team in the end. And the undefeated thing was cool, but that's not our ultimate goal. So we'll keep building towards that.
And yeah, I mean, he's 100% right. The whole undefeated thing was cool, but it's not our ultimate goal. Obviously, the ultimate goal is to be three-peat, the first team to ever do that. So, JD, and I've seen a lot of players talk about this. Some guys who on ESPN who probably never been undefeated in their life, like a guy like Dan Orlovsky, who I mean, he played for some of the really bad Lions teams, but for someone who was 9-0, like you were, is that something where it's like now that is done? And I've seen a lot of people say that maybe like the last few weeks of play we've seen from Mahomes and the Chiefs team is very tight, very tense, because this is kind of maybe hovering over them a little bit. Even if it is a little bit, it's still like a very tense thing. Is this something that you think the Chiefs, now that's over with? We got the loss, it's done. We're not going to go undefeated anymore. Now we just focus on the ultimate goal, which is going to be three-peating and kind of being loose and kind of relaxing a little bit. Do you see a team kind of, I mean, is that something that you felt too? Because the following 2 weeks, I don't know if people know this, after you guys lost against the Bengals, the following 2 weeks, you guys won the next two. So it was like, okay, you went from a loss and then boom, boom, you won the next two games after that. Did you get a sense of, all right, let's play these games and win these games like we were doing before. Forget about the undefeated aspect of it.
No, we kind of looked at it something like a bonus. I think, Barbershop said it, best here. He said he agrees with Mahomes, and I do too. The reality is the main thing is still the main thing. Coach Vermeil used to say that to us and preach it to us all the time. And the main thing was to win a Super Bowl, pure and simple. Now, if you're able to achieve something within that goal itself, that's a great thing, right? It's like, okay, well, shoot, this is another incentive, something that's never been done before. And I think, to be honest with you, 10 games in is a little too early, right? Because you still had another 7 games to play, still, somewhat of a difficult schedule. Shoot, you're still thinking like, okay, do I take my starters out maybe the last game of the season or whatever? How are you trying to rest them? But if none of that alludes to, winning the Super Bowl, then what good is it, right? Or if you're sitting there trying to strive to have a perfect season, but you still don't, you lose that on the main thing. I think that's really what it was. And so for the guys in the locker room, they were just focused on winning each and every game. That's what you got to do. Okay. And what you're trying to do is obviously you're trying to, fashion yourself and move yourself in a position to have home field advantage more so than anything else. I don't think there was something that they were really worried about, like the pressure was on them. Guys just they don't approach it that way. They just don't. I know for people out here in the, in the real world, I say real world, they the one that bring it up. You know what I'm saying? They're always looking for the 73 Dolphins to pop the bottle and all, you know what I'm saying? Like all those different things. I think everybody wanted the Chiefs to lose. That's exactly what everybody was pushing for, the Chiefs to get beat. They didn't care who it was. They didn't care, they weren't worried about the regular season. They just wanted to see the Chiefs fall. Okay? That's all they wanted to see. But it was always the main thing. The main thing is to win the Super Bowl. Pat and those guys still have their eyes on that. That's always been the focus. That always will be the focus. And so, yeah, sure, you're trying to get that, perfect season, but I don't think it's a real, reality until you actually get to maybe the 15th, 16th game, So it was still a lot of football to play from that point. For Andy and those guys, it's one day at a time, one game at a time. We're trying to get better each and every game. And so to me, that's how it works in the locker room, man. Pure and simple. That's it.
So after that loss, and I know you said it really wasn't that big of a deal for you guys. It was more like it was a hoopla around the locker room, not really in the locker room. But after that game, was there any like comments like amongst each other? Obviously, it was 9-0, right? It was midway through the season, a little bit above midway through the season, where you guys, man, that sucks, but oh well. I mean, we still got the playoffs and the Super Bowl to look forward to, right? Or was that even a thing? Did you guys even talk about the snap of the streak?
I mean, you can hear grumblings, but you're mad, you get beat. You're trying to win every game. Every team's trying to win every game, right? I mean, yeah, let's go undefeated if you can do it. But shoot, after that's it, man, it's so what? Let's move on. Okay. We gotta get better. We got things we got to learn from. And I think that's why it was such whatever opportune time that it happened the way that it did. But now for those guys, man, the main thing is still the main thing, and I'm gonna keep preaching that the way that Dick Vermeer preached it. And the same way that Andy's preaching it. Those guys understand, man. Look, we're trying to win a Super Bowl three-peat that has never been done. So I think we have a great opportunity to get that done this year for real. So even after all the doubt that other people are spewing, they didn't drop this in the rankings and all this, the Chiefs are frauds, whatever. None of that matters. So.
Come on, baby, go. Yes! That's a first down. This football season, I'll be putting down normal sodas like Coca-Cola for Olipop. Olipop offers a healthier alternative with its low sugar content and natural ingredients. Olipop is more than just a drink. It's a wellness companion that supports your digestive health. Packed with prebiotics, this fizzy elixir helps promote good bacteria in your gut, leading to improved digestion and overall well-being. So go ahead, click the link in the description and use promo code SODALOVE and get your can of Olipop so you can enjoy the game guilt-free. Go Chiefs. Use the promo code SODALOVE for 15% off now. Yeah, I've seen somebody, Randy Conley says the defense needs a reset and needs some rest. Sorry, needs some rest. I misread that. But is it like when you lose a game, especially your first one midway through the season, is it kind of like a reset? Like, okay, like that's gone. Like, let's just focus on Carolina. And that's kind of what it is. Every time you lose a game, it's in your mind, you just go 0-0. We're playing Carolina this week. Forget about our record. Forget about their record. It's like we're 0-0. We're playing Carolina this week. Is it kind of like a reset?
I don't know if it's a reset. I mean, you make it you reassess the things that you're doing, right? Maybe scheme-wise, what you were thinking of and what you wanted to try. Maybe different guys, maybe getting some guys, maybe a little bit more reps that you wanted to see from maybe some younger guys, right? And so this is also, it's like trial by fire. And if we're sitting there saying, well, does Chris Jones need more rest? Okay. Do we need to play Hicks a little bit more? Okay. Is there another linebacker to come in and give some of these guys a break on defensive side of the ball? Same thing offensively. Andy's sitting there saying, well, he was a little conservative. And I wanted to kind of get into that because, he wanted to run the football more. He said we probably should have ran the football more. For him, maybe the conservative was a lull in the tempo of what we were doing. Okay. That he was saying, hey, look, maybe some, in the middle of some of the things we could have done, we could have maybe attacked them a little bit more, getting the ball out of hands a little bit faster than we wanted to do as far as like taking shots. But it's kind of like when you hear when I hear coaches speak, I know kind of the thought process of like, okay, maybe we should have ran some different things here, as opposed to like trying what we went into the game plan to do, right? But somebody would probably argue that running football is a conservative approach. And it might be like, shoot, there might be something that we're not used to doing, okay? That might not be our bread and butter that we lean on. That might be a little bit different from what the Chiefs do, right? Our passing thing is something that we're used to doing. Running the football is something that is, it's kind of an anomaly. And so we said that we should have had a heavy dose of Kareem Hunt in the game. And I think Andy, he agrees with that for sure. So, but that's what you do at the loss, man. You got to take a full assessment of what went wrong, build on it, get guys to get better. And there was another thing I think somebody had said that Patrick was like, hey, he missed one of the shots. He said, I got to do better. He was like, well, yeah, but we tired of hearing that answer. Why? I mean, what else can he say? He can say he's screwed up. Yeah, but shoot, when you sitting over there, you tell yourself, you tell them, you tell the coaches, you tell everybody, I got to get better. I got to get better at what I'm doing. Okay. And they're always talking about that's the biggest room is a room of improvement, right? Every guy, every professional that looks for greatness is looking to get better. That's what they're doing. That's the mantra. It is. So what can I have done to be better or to get better? What can I do to advance my team to a best position to be greater, to be better? And so it is what it is. That's how it works. It's repetition, doing it over and over again to get better, right? It sounds kind of, like the what do you say, the competition or the pageant answer, right? It's like, oh, okay, we got there's a statement. Shoot, the statement is what it is because in our business, it's high production. You got to get better, pure and simple. So he said again that same answer after all the MVS drops. Yeah, he wasn't just talking about MVS, he's talking about himself. And that's MVS too. So when he says it, because he's the guy, he's the quarterback, he's going to get the blame regardless. Okay. Maybe they're not the best ball. Maybe it's something he feels like he can do. But as a leader, that's what leaders do. They put it on their shoulders. They take the brunt of it. And so he wants to start there. He says if the offense ain't doing everything right, he wants to start with him. What can he do to get those guys better? What can I do to get MVS out there to catch more balls? And so he's saying, I got to get better. Maybe he's sitting there saying, maybe I haven't been holding to a high standard. Maybe I haven't been doing that, right? And Marcus, we were just talking about that. You said Maxey called out Embiid. He said, it starts with you. You the big guy here, okay? And so that's what we're talking about, getting better. It's got to be from your leaders to getting better. It's him to get everybody else better. Everybody moves like you move. And so he takes the onus upon him. Nothing wrong with that. It's a true leader. So I think Marcus is frozen. So he still had the same look. I didn't see the expression move. So yeah. So Sasha says real leaders accept the responsibility because it's on them to fix what's wrong beneath them. Absolutely. 100%, Sasha. That's exactly how it works. And so we know that we probably have one of the best leaders in football, if not the best leader in football, because of his impact that he does around everybody else and how they get better. But Patrick, without a doubt, man, is at the helm. And he understands the ship can only be righted by his play, okay, and getting everybody else doing the things that he needs to do. And so the same thing, if it's Kelsey, Chris Jones on the other side, Reed, Bolton, whoever it may be, okay, everybody's got to take stock in the things that they do, okay, and try to do their best to get everybody else to where they need to be champions. So that's what those things are, okay? So we always going to hold Pat to a high standard, but nobody's going to hold it higher than what he holds it, for sure. So Kevin Morris said the cliche answer. It's the cliche answer, but it's true. It's true. So Greg Girl said I was listening, didn't even notice Marcus. Yeah. So Marcus will get back out here. But it's what leadership is all about. It's what leadership is all about. But we just got to know it, man, in the locker room or any other type of business. You say you screw up, okay? Other people are screwing up. But if you're the manager, you're the CEO, everything starts with you. And I'm sure Andy's the same way. He's saying, look, I could have called better plays. I could have got Nagy to call better plays. There's a tempo that we need to go out there to. And everybody moves in that fashion. He's saying it starts with him. And so that's what I love. That's how you build championship teams. Everybody has an onus to it. Everyone have an investment into getting better for the entire organization. So top down is what it's been.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.